What's up guys, how's it going? My name's Dan and I love gadgets. Today I'm going to talk about a new Amazfit smartwatch that was announced on Monday. It was kind of leaked a few days before that. I posted a video about it. Basically it turns out that it's not a replacement for either the Amazfit Bip, which I'm wearing now, or the Amazfit Stratos. It's kind of like in between the two. It's called the Amazfit Verge, and it's kind of like a sports smartwatch with some new features, a new design. It's kind of supposed to sit in the middle between these two watches, and basically its main feature is that it has this very accurate heart rate sensor that can detect arrhythmias, can continuously detect your heart rate all day, whereas these watches can only do it sporadically every like 10 seconds or so. But yeah, I'm going to go into more detail and show you the design and the specs and whether it's worth buying, and I guess how I think it compares to these other watches, and etc, etc, etc. Let's go. Okay, so yes, it's called the Amazfit Verge. I thought it was going to be called the Amazfit X, as that's what the box that was kind of leaked said, but apparently not. So who knows, maybe that'll be a different one in the future. So let's talk about the specifications, just like what they've released so far. It's got a 1.3-inch AMOLED screen, which is different from the screen on other Amazfit watches. I think it's the first one from a Xiaomi, Amazfit, whoever, to have an AMOLED screen. The resolution is 360 by 360. It features an optical heart rate sensor, but much more advanced than the other optical heart rate sensors that are in the other watches, like I said. It's also got an accelerometer, a gyroscope, a geomagnetic sensor, don't know why, and an air pressure sensor. Basically, it can detect your movements, it can detect your sleep, so all basically the other tracking that you've had in all the other kind of smartwatches will be available in this one, of course. But the main thing it will be able to detect is constant heart rate, so your constant heart rate throughout the day, and therefore it will be able to detect when your heart rate has changed suddenly, or you know, if there's any problems, I guess, which for most people will not be necessary because most of the time your heart works fine. But for people who have health issues, that could actually be very useful. It's similar to the Apple Watch, which was just announced or released last week. It will basically is the same idea, 24-hour detection of your heart rate and be able to detect accurately when it changes. So it can connect to your smartphone via Bluetooth, and it also has GPS and the Russian one, GLONASS. I find that funny. Anyway, yeah. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz processor and 512 megabytes of RAM, which is more than, well, much more than the Bip, but I don't think it's about the same as the Amazfit Stratos, so we'll see if it will be able to run software as smoothly as this. So it's incredibly light. It only weighs 46 grams, and it's 43 millimeters by 12 millimeters, so it's also relatively thin, thinner than the Stratos, which is very thick for a smartwatch. So yeah, at least it is thinner. Now let's move on to the design, which to be honest, I'm not entirely like thrilled by. It's not particularly like beautiful, stunning, doesn't really stand out that much. It seems to be mostly made out of plastic, or at least advanced toughened plastic according to Xiaomi, so it should be able to survive a few knocks and scrapes. Then it just has the one red activation button or manual control, and then the rest is just you use the touch screen. Design doesn't blow me away. It doesn't look as good as the Amazfit Stratos, which I think stands out quite a lot. It looks very professional and quite, you know, modern. The downside with the AMOLED screen is that it will drain the battery quite a lot. So it won't be an well, I very much doubt it will be an always on display, which is what this watch can do. It can always be on, it can always show something. It's off now because it's run out of battery, but yeah, so the AMOLED screen probably is not going to be always on. It's probably going to turn off and you're going to have to activate it. However, a lot of these watches have the kind of capability of turning themselves on if you do this action to like see the time, like my watch just did now. It turned the backlight on, so this watch could have that, and then maybe the always on display won't be necessary. So this watch seems to be designed for like sports and health rather than, you know, as an actual accessory or to look particularly good. It's just designed for form over function. Nope, other way around. Function over the form. So yeah, if you wanted a really good looking watch, I probably wouldn't recommend this from what I've seen so far. It doesn't look hideous, just doesn't particularly stand out compared to, yeah, this watch, which I think looks much better. Another downside to this watch, actually, which I was quite surprised by seeing as it is supposed to be like a sports and health watch, is that it's not fully waterproof. It's only IP68 rated, which means you can't take it swimming, and you can't even take it in the shower, apparently, according to Xiaomi on their official website, which is kind of annoying because I'm very used to just wearing this watch in the shower, and this one's fully waterproof. Most watches now are fully waterproof up to like 50 meters or something, or at least the new ones. So it's very odd that they, yeah, didn't bother to find a way to make this waterproof. If it's supposed to be health related and sports related, a lot of people are going to be put off if they swim a lot for their, or do any water-based activities for their fitness, it's not going to be useful for them. They're not going to be able to buy it. So yeah, that's a shame. One addition to this watch, which is good, really quite positive, is the addition of a microphone, which means you can accept calls and take calls straight from your watch. You can also use voice assistants straight from your watch. You can probably dictate text messages and WhatsApp messages, etc., straight to your watch, so you don't actually need to touch your phone at all in a lot of circumstances, which is really good. Now, the other good thing about the Verge is the price. It does seem to be pretty cheap. It's going to be about $130, I think, or $135. I can't quite remember, but it's pretty cheap compared to the Apple Watch, which will be like $400, $500 or whatever it is. The Verge will be much cheaper, and if this heart rate monitoring system works in a similar way to the Apple Watch, then that will be a huge saving for people who want to have this health monitoring, much more advanced health monitoring than that's been previously possible. It will be available in China first. Obviously, I think it's available in China like right now. It's just been literally announced and released on the same day. But it usually takes, a few months for it to come to the USA and Europe and the UK. So yeah, I will let you know when it comes. But you can also usually order it off the Chinese websites like gearbest.com often stock them before any Western markets do, and you can buy them and ship them over. So yeah, all in all, my first impressions are kind of like meh. I was kind of hoping for a better version of this, the Stratos, which I really like. I was hoping for it to be basically a similar design but thinner and with a microphone. However, it seems that they've just kind of jumped on the health bandwagon, which is becoming quite popular now, and yeah, they've just tried to get this health technology in a cheaper kind of watch as possible. But the addition of a microphone is like really key. I think it's really an awesome feature to have. The screen could be like seen in positive or negative. That is a big change. Obviously AMOLED, it doesn't work quite as well in direct light, so yeah, it's gonna be a pain if you're in a sunny area and you want to look at your watch. It may be difficult, and the battery won't last as long. Actually, I should tell you, the battery will last on this around about 5 days, which is still way better than the Apple Watch will ever be able to handle. So yeah, I mean, 5 days is fine for a full-on smartwatch. But yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, it looks okay. I will try it out. I'm going to get it as soon as possible, and I will try it out and see how well this heart rate monitoring thing works. I think that's going to be the key feature, as well as the microphone. Like I say, I will keep you updated whenever I get this watch, and I will show you what it can do and review it. So if you're interested in the Verge, then do subscribe, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But until next time, guys, yeah, let me know what you think. If you're disappointed in this or if you're excited. But yeah, otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.